Welcome to FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. Fiji Broadcasting Corporation Television, or FBC TV, turns a year old today. It was on this day last year that FBC aired its programs for the first time to Fijians around the country, receiving widespread compliments for its modern outlook as well as its programs, many of which were being aired for the first time on a free-to-air channel. And as Dev Narayan reports, sheer hard work, enthusiasm and commitment by the FBC team promises even bigger and better things for the future.
FBC has proven to be commercially viable and will ensure connectivity into rural and remote areas. Today marks the first birthday of FBC TV, which has come a long way.
A big mbula to all Fijians who love FBC TV and our amazing radio stations. Not so long ago, the dream of adding a national free-to-air service to our 6 national radio stations was just that, a dream.
For many, it was the very first time they witnessed Hindi TV serials, English football and other programs which were only offered on pay channels.
It is for you, the public, that we strive so hard to produce the best in television, and we will continue to do this for many more birthdays to come. Thank you for making us the premier television station of the nation.
A number of people like this family on a Sundays is also glued to their television sets, watching the famous program Yahamai Ghar Ghar Kheli.
Before, we used to pay to watch football on TV, but now it's free. FBC is showing all footballs and other sports.
We talked to a range of people and got their views of what they thought of FBC TV.
Most of the programs coming from FBC is what people like. Most of the movies.
Happy first birthday FBC. My favorite program is the A-Team. My favorite character is the Mr. T.
वैसे तो घर घर खेली है और अभी एक नया प्रोग्राम आने वाला है वो भी ये करता है अभी
अच्छा लगे इसके कार्यक्रम आप लोग के जो है अच्छा लगे सुने में देखे में
like FBC News because it's more brief, more simple and it's not boring compared to other news.
हमारे लोग का फेवरेट प्रोग्राम है हिंदुस्तानी जो घर घर में खेली
प्रोग्राम लगे जो कुछ आप लोग दिखाता है सब प्रोग्राम.
And this is not the end for FBC TV. More and more people continue to tune in for new programs such as the X Factor, which premieres tonight, India's Saregama Pa and Sons of Anarchy, plus many more, sticking to its slogan. The difference is clear.
Happy birthday to FBC.
Happy birthday to FBC and may you have a prosperous, happy New Year, Merry Christmas.
FBC, happy birthday. The difference is clear.
Dev Narayan, FBC News.
Farmers living along the Koravo to Tavua corridor are urged to take advantage of the new tax-free initiative for the agriculture sector announced for the region for next year. As Eleanor Turanga View reports, government initiated the scheme to help stimulate economic development.
Under the tax-free scheme, a 13-year tax holiday will be in place for new investments in the agricultural sector, and a 20-year tax holiday will be available for those who set up new dairy farms in the region.
The conditions laid out in the 2013 budget, agriculture specific on key areas, particularly for those that want to establish or invest in that area, and of course with the implements and equipments that will be necessary for agriculture as well.
Seri Ratu says the region is rich in resources which should be fully utilized.
Infrastructure is already available. We have electricity, we have market access because of the road conditions, and of course packing sheds and transportation. So the facilities are already available. And I would just encourage the people to liaise closely with the government officials, make the most of this opportunity so that we can make an impact and contribute more towards growth and development of our country.
He says government is creating the opportunity for the people for their development.
It's a shared responsibility. Government is creating the environment and we want people to come forward and be involved.
The tax-free initiative will definitely create more employment and investor opportunities for the towns in the region, namely Tavua, Rakiraki and Korvo. Eleanor Turanga View, FBC News.
Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama is in London this week to attend the two-day International Sugar Organization seminar. Bainimarama is the vice chair of the organization. 150 members from 90 countries will be at the meet. The 21st ISO seminar is on sugar crops, unleashing growth potential. The last three meetings discussed the survival of the global sugar industry in the middle of the global economic crisis. This year, the focus is on increasing production and profits. Talks in London will centre on issues like the future role of the movers and shakers, Brazil, Thailand, India, the EU and their options for buying and selling on the world market. The meeting starts on Tuesday. There are a lot of areas that Fiji can capitalise on in terms of trade with Papua New Guinea. Fiji's High Commissioner to PNG, Ratu Romanu Tikotikoda, says a lot of interest was shown today following a visit to Fiji recently by a PNG delegation led by Prime Minister Peter O'Neill. Apisalomedoka reports.
There is still room for strengthening trade relations between Fiji and Papua New Guinea. High Commissioner Romanu Tikotikoda says the recent visit by the PNG delegation was a big boost to trade relations between the two countries.
With the recent acquisition of the Pearl Hotel in Fiji and the further extension which was launched by PM O'Neill, that to a great deal aroused a lot of interest here in Papua New Guinea, especially for landowners.
With a number of PNG companies here in the country, Tikotikoda believes Fiji is also doing well back in PNG.
From Fiji, there are close to 20 Fiji companies that are here at the moment. I've yet to take stock of all of them, but during my 4-month stays here, I realized that we have about 20 companies here, but at the same time, we try to take account of all of our people where they are operating at the moment, because they are not only operating in Port Moresby.
With Fiji back into all levels of the PACP meeting, Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama says we can now do what needs to be done in terms of trade.
We've made history today. We've right the wrong of 2009, and they welcome us back into the family. We were supposed to have been in the first place.
The outcome of the PACP meeting in PNG has been described as historical for Fiji. Apisalomedoka, FBC News.
Another inmate is on the run. 26-year-old Etonia Malumu, a remand inmate, escaped from the St. Giles Hospital with another inmate and a St. Giles patient this morning. Remand inmate 31-year-old Alipate Randronro was taken back to the hospital by his parents. St. Giles patient Lenaitasi Ronuku was recaptured by 2 police officers at Cunningham. The search continues for Malumu. The public is being advised to contact their nearest police station or community post if they have any information on his whereabouts. Police is also reminding the public that it is an offence to harbour escapees and people are being urged to do the right thing and turn in those on the run. Government is working on introducing vocational subjects in all secondary schools in Fiji from Form 5 to Form 7. This is a critical economic program aimed at helping those who do not perform well academically. Epeli Tukuwasa reports.
Technical vocational education is one of the 4 priority areas in Fiji's educational program. The Ministry of Education wants vocational subjects to be part of the school curriculum starting from Form 5. Suliasi Turungbedi says government wants Fiji to be self-sustained with skilled workers and tradesmen.
What Fiji needs right now are skilled people, so we do not have to rely on overseas construction companies and import furniture.
In next year's budget, $2 million has been allocated to skill-based schools. One of the recipients of the assistance by government, Montfort Boys Town, says they are happy with the money allocated for vocational training.
We are actually mainly relied on this budget. We don't have any other income or anything. Whatever we get from the ministry, that we are in.
Montfort Ducks, named Miananda Kuni, says the assistance from government has provided him with the training and the skill to be successful.
I want to thank government assistance in vocational training, which helped me to be successful.
About 49 vocational students graduated from Montfort Boys Town yesterday after 2 years of training. Epeli Tuguasa, FBC News.